Stuff, mumbling, pineapple stuff, dabbling, controversial stuff. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. N-I-C-K, mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air, cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6, Jonesing for your fix of that dabble politics mix. Where the fudge you at, punk? Shut the fudge up and back the fudge up while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Hands torn in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back out, tell me what you're gonna touch now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debating on every week Saturday night, and this YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get fame for all your time. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabblers blasting out the political shit. The back and forth shit, put bounce in the dabble pit. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Hands on in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna touch now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Black up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 Hey ladies, where you at? Hey fellas, where you at? And the dabblers that don't give a fuck, where you at?
Oh shit, I'm little sweet. All right. Sorry. Welcome to Dabbling in Politics. I am OG Mumbling Nick, and okay, I think I can see my partner moving back. Yes, so okay. Thought there were issues, but it was on my end. Let's just bring on the fastest growing clip or whatever you want to call him in the Dabbleverse, Liquid Cryptid. How we doing, sir?
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Welcome to the show.
Okay.
I mean, we finally made it.
Yeah, dude. Number one, two things. I can't wait till landscape season's over. Almost over. It's fucking going on too long. I got Thanksgiving off, and that was it. I've been landscaping every day since. And I had a doc appointment with on Monday with the cardiologist office because they had upped my medication for a couple weeks, and they wanted to see if it helped. And it seemed to. And then the nurse is like, yeah, either me or the doctor, whatever, we'll call it, call it in, let you know what's going on. And so I kept taking the new dose, the higher dose. And come Wednesday, I realized I hadn't heard from him. And then I'm like, I'm not going to hear from him Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I did the math. And because they increased my dose, I was going to run out of medicine today. And I'm like, I went back down to my regular dose. And dude, my head's been like, ooh. Like, I think like, because I'm up and down with this. The medicine sucks anyway. And I'm up and down with what I'm fucking taking. And it's like, yeah, my head's just been like.
Yeah, I believe we sort of touched on this before, but yeah, for those people who I mean, I've had to take, similar
What's up, Diffie?
medications as well for heart failure and blood pressure and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And that heart medicine, man, it takes a week or two before you finally like get used to a specific dose. And if that dose changes at all, yeah, it messes up your head. It makes you
Yeah.
lightheaded
Ugh.
and like always want to nap and you can't
So
think.
pissed.
And it takes several days before you can before you adjust to it and everything's fine again. So yeah, going changing the doses like that all the time is insanity.
Yeah.
You'll
So
never get used to it.
they had, I mean, I think obviously that they put me on, I started taking in early September and he gave me like a 90-day dose. Now he saw me after 30 days just to see how it was going, and it was helping. And, so kept taking it. So obviously I took it all September, all October, and sorry, most of September, all of October. Now November ends today, but 3 weeks ago he upped the dose, but I'm still on the same script. I'm just taking more than
Just
instead
don't
of
really like
yeah
doubling it. Yeah.
50% more instead of
Oh, so a
yeah
pill and a half.
pill and a half. Yeah, so I've been cutting the pill. So then, I did that for 2 weeks or 2+ weeks. On Monday, they took my shit. It was better. So, but she's like, okay, just keep doing what you're doing. And we'll let you know. I'm going to give this to your doctor and he'll, make the decision, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I think doing what I'm doing is stay on the new dose. So I did the new dose that Monday, that Tuesday. And then Wednesday, when it comes to nighttime, I'm supposed to take the half. And I'm like, I don't got much left. And I looked and I did the math in my head, and I'm like, if I stay at 1.5, I'm literally going to run out tonight. Or actually, I think I may have a half for tomorrow, and that would have been it. But I'm supposed to take a whole one in the morning. So I'm like, all right. So I cut back down just to one, starting on like Wednesday or Thanksgiving, and then like the last couple, then that just like the first day didn't really affect me much, but then it's like my head's just been like fucking.
They didn't put
light,
in like a new script for you or
no,
anything?
I don't think so, because my pharmacy always messages me when
So I just say
yeah.
it's weird that they didn't just put in a new script for you, because every single time I have my dosage adjusted on stuff, they'll
Yeah.
put in a new script for me, and then until the
Oh
new
yeah.
stuff, until I go get the new stuff, I just use up the old stuff, either double or half or whatever it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely got to call tomorrow, but it's like fuck. Like as you said, the shit sucks anyway. Then it's like I've been on one dose, then for like 2 months, then another dose for a few weeks, and then I'm back down to the other dose, and it's just anyway. Old
Yeah,
man
no,
stuff, I guess.
yeah, it is.
Middle age problems. Yeah.
It sucks. As heart medications suck,
Oh.
because they just until your heart gets used to it and gets into the gets your brain is foggy all the time.
Mhm.
I remember the first time, this years ago, I had a heart problem that it eventually went away. And yeah, I was on some stuff that I couldn't work. I was just like, hey, I'd sit there at my computer and just stare at the keyboard, and I couldn't even think. I was just going, and then I'll be like, I
Oh God. Yeah,
terrible stuff.
here's someone else that knows about heart. What's up, Nick?
Oh yeah,
Another guy with heart issues.
yeah,
Fucking
he's
crap.
died once.
Yeah, so fucking yeah. When they first upped my dose, the next morning, I remember I'm at my computer and I'm like, all of a sudden, like everything's like it's all blurry, and I'm trying to fucking read the fucking program, and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? Yeah, well, not fun.
Yeah, until you get used to it, man. It just I hate it. I hate the medications. My goal is always to get off the medications.
All right.
Go
So, go on, man.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, just letting people know we're going to. Just sorry, it was a fucking. Tell my head's fucked up. That was a weird transition I was trying to do. We're gonna be talking about Stuttering John in his political show today. Because of my dad,
You asked if I had it.
I knew
How
you would
dare
have.
you.
Well, no, I was actually more asking if it happened.
Oh, okay.
Because I caught part of John the other day when he was over. I don't want to put down Miss Judy. Miss Judy is a decent looking woman, but man, is John acting like she's a fucking 10 when she looks very plain to me. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, she's all right.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude. Yeah, I wouldn't kick her out of bed or anything, but
oh,
John's
no,
acting like
absolutely not.
yeah, he's acting like he's got a fucking supermodel over there. Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
it's very Schadenfreude.
Oh, Schadenfreude?
I get embarrassed for John when he's talking to her.
She was awesome. She was awesome when she called the show boring the other day and stuff like that.
Oh
And
yeah,
said
she's just getting away with everything on John.
Talking about the downtime and all this shit. Yeah, it was great. But I remember anyway, I caught when he was talking to her and he's like, "You're from North Carolina, right?" And he was trying to get her to like dox where she was from or whatever. And she's like, "So's my friend, the Army Major. He's going to be on tomorrow," which would have been yesterday, but obviously he didn't have him on yesterday. But must have had him on today.
They were on today and picked up right where they left off. It was a good show.
There we go. Well, I guess this is going to be a first for me. I was not able to watch it today, or even since you sent it to me.
You'll love it.
I did. I shouldn't say. I put it on and started to do stuff before I ran and did my errands. All I caught was Army Major talking about a war crime or something. I don't know. He was explaining like how things are done and someone committed a war crime and.
Apparently, there's a thing going around where I guess in September when they blew up one of those drug boats from Venezuela. And I guess there's like a couple of survivors or whatever, and somebody said, "Well, kill them all," and they launched another missile at it, and there's some stuff going around that it might have been Pete Hegseth that did that, but there's actually no proof of that. It's actually it's more likely that it was the general there because I'm pretty sure the Secretary of Defense doesn't really, micromanage operations of the military.
And I don't know if Army Major noticed, but we don't really hold people accountable for war crimes too often in this country.
No.
Pretty much every president in my lifetime is committed one. Maybe Jimmy Carter didn't. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure the rest did. Yes,
I don't know what president would. I don't think a president would. Was it drone strike American citizens? That would be ridiculous.
Crazy.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I do find it funny that John can't seem to find a woman in his area to bang. It's always like this. I'm gonna fly this one in. I'm gonna fly that one in. It's like, no, you're not, dude. You don't have the money to be flying in pussy. Just fucking.
No.
And God, look at him today. Go the gym, my ass, dude. The gym. You've been going to the gym, my fucking ass.
Well, he might be.
Yeah.
I mean, his arms are looking pretty good. To tell you the truth,
this is where I'm always.
They're getting bigger. They're getting bigger, but also he flexes like a retard.
Yeah,
or like like a 5-year-old where he does this. Look at this.
Yeah. This is what kills me. I'm trying to be fair, and I'm torn on this. John doesn't look 60. But he looks gross at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like wrinkle wise and everything, he doesn't look too bad. And he has decent, I know he's going balder now, but it's a decent amount of hair for a 60-year-old. You know what I mean? But he's just, he's always got snot, spit, but he's just fucking boils and stuff. But
he's got the jowls,
all that stuff going on. But
and he looks good in a beard. I bet he would look real good with a shaved head and a beard.
Yeah, he just doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to style. I remember when Clay tried to teach him some style, and I mean he does that awful dye job that makes him look ridiculous. This wet look is terrible for him. He should not be doing this fucking look. But anyway, I've been married for forever, so I had to stop worrying what I looked like a long time ago. So easy for me to say, I guess. But all right, I guess we'll listen. I moved it up a little bit. We'll see. I think Army Major, the beginning that I saw, I think he comes on fairly quickly. But anyway.
Yeah, Army Major comes on pretty quickly, and they talk about the war crimes and stuff. And your reaction is exactly the reaction I had. It was, what does this have to do with anything? I mean, it's interesting. However, I don't know what it has to do with anything.
Okay.
maybe she will. All right. Anyway, this has been a long time that I've had the pleasure to do a political show, and I'm really looking forward to it because it's been a while since we discussed, and there's so much that has happened from the Trump, which his ballroom, which I think should be named Trump. Trump's got no ballroom, and then we go from there. We go to the.
He's so not funny. Like when he tries to be funny, he's so not funny. I should say. Oh my God.
Yeah. He's funny when he doesn't try to be funny.
Yeah. Oh my God. No such.
Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning and turning on Trump, and Coulter has turned on Trump, and then we have the auto.
See, I didn't even look that up. And Coulter turned on Trump.
Yeah, I mean, could be. And this is what John needs to remember too. Is I've heard Ann Coulter speak against Trump on a couple issues through the years, so it wouldn't shock me if she did, but it might not even be a turn. It might be like she's mad at a certain thing, like, hey, you're being too chummy with this guy, or you're too easy on that fucking thing. It's probably something like that.
That's right. I always forget in John's world, any kind of criticism means you turned on him.
Yeah. I don't know the specifics, but like I said, there's been certain issues where she has spoken out against him here or there. Usually, because every so often, I actually will. I don't know. I think the lady's kind of phony, but every so often, we'll agree on an issue, and every so often, Trump won't go hard enough to the right for her. You know what I mean? Which it could be either one of those two.
Shit, I criticized Trump.
Yeah.
I turned on him.
You turned on him, man. That's it. Well, you remember, this is kind of how you and I met. He thought I was a Trump supporter because I criticized Biden. He's fucking got no clue.
The illegal actions in D.C. and all of this National Guard nonsense, trying to send them to Chicago and God knows. Well, who better to talk about these issues among many others, besides the fact the economy has fucking sunk and you idiots won't even fucking fess up to that. So why not bring in my two good buddies? And the first one here is, of course, the Army Major who knows about 1200. So please, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring on my good buddy, one of my most loyal.
Oh, it's military time, 1200? I don't know. I don't know what the reference is. Fucking John.
Oh, wait, did this happen at noon? Wait, what is the
I mean,
I could check the name. I have the time and the name. Oh, you can go ahead. I'll just
friends, a man I love and respect. Please welcome Richard Ojeda, my man.
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
Good. Richard, it's been a while, but can you believe we knew it was going to be bad? We warned people how bad it was going to get. But could you even have imagined it was going to get this bad?
When he picked his administration, I mean, everybody's jaw hit the floor. I mean, some of the people, literally 26 of the people in his administration, he basically got from Fox News, a news outlet that had paid millions upon millions of dollars for lying, because that's what they do. And Donald Trump surrounded himself with a bunch of liars, a bunch of sycophants, and that's why we have what we have. People think that they're untouchable. They don't understand that that's not how it works. Just because the president of the United States says something does not mean it's lawful. Just the things that we are seeing all over. The Republican Party it's in collapse. It is in collapse mode, and we're watching it live. In real time.
They keep saying that,
and
yeah, like people. Look, I'm not gonna lie. The Marjorie Taylor Greene thing surprised me, but
same.
I'm not gonna. And I know there's rumors that others actually. I got to be honest. Whatever's happened this weekend, I'm not sure of, or since Thanksgiving. But I know there were others that were thinking of resigning or whatever. House of Representatives.
Well, I keep seeing this. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I can't. My brain's not.
I just keep, see this narrative on the left that the people on the right are, defecting from Trump and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not seeing that. It's like, where are you seeing that? Well, they're not. Well, they're seeing each other say it, so they got this thing going on where they're seeing each other say it, so they're trying to make it like it's real, and it's
yeah. The only thing, and number one, I never. I've heard a million times that Trump's done. They're turning on Trump, for since like 2015 now. So whatever. The only thing I'll give recently, and I still would not jump the gun, is in my opinion, I still feel that Trump did not want to release any Epstein shit, and he kind of had his hand forced because too many of the Republicans were going to vote for it anyway, and it was going to be veto proof. And he's like, "All right, fine."
I agree with you there. Yeah, absolutely agree with you.
That's the one thing, and I think they were doing that partly because I'm sure some of them want to see it or think it should be released, and I think some of them have enough people in their district that want it released, so they're like, "Yeah, I'm not." Trump can't run again, so I'm not going down on this. I'm not voting against. My opponent isn't going to be able to say this guy voted against releasing information on pedophiles. So I get that, but that's what they have to remember. A lot of these people didn't want this to be something that their opponent could use against them in the next election. Like I voted against releasing, pedophile files. So that doesn't necessarily mean they're turning on Trump. It's one issue. But we'll see.
They get into that later. There will be some Epstein talk, of course.
Okay.
And how do you react to Kesh Patel, a fucking guy who was puking in an Uber, and now attacking Senator Mark Kelly? I mean,
look,
a guy who's an astronaut, for Christ's sake.
Not only an astronaut, but the guy literally has his entire adult life, and that's a fact. Senator Kelly's entire adult life has been service to this country. Whether it as a person in the Navy, as a Navy fighter pilot, as an elected official, as an astronaut.
Sorry, real quick.
I was just going to say, yeah, pull up what Ava said right there. Yeah, I've followed Nick Fuentes for many, many years. He is a nothing nobody. He'll implode again. He'll come up, and then it'll come out all his like weird eccentricities. He's a real fucking weird guy.
I was just gonna say, I actually think that might be a good thing for Trump, like good and bad. Obviously, he wants the support, but Nick Fuentes, it's not really the type of people you want supporting you. I would say, in my opinion,
not when one of your top guys is a convicted pedophile, and you've been feeding your young men. That follow you to this convicted homosexual pedophile. That'd be Ali Alexander or Ali Akbar. He was one of his top guys there for a long time. Nick was feeding him some because Nick's sort of base has always been, younger men, younger kids, between usually, high school to, lower 20s.
Gotcha.
And then for a long time, he was like feeding them to this Ali Alexander guy after Ali got kicked out of the Proud Boys for being a homosexual pedophile.
Jeez, yeah. See, dude,
but he still had connections. He still had political connections. So he was trading the sexuality of his followers for political favors.
Yeah, I don't know if I should get more like guys like Nick Fuentes, like the guys I consider like crazy on the fringe. I don't delve into them enough because I'm just like, yeah, these guys are nuts. Like I gotta be honest. I don't know. Obviously I know Nick Fuentes. I know all the stuff he says that the people I watch cover, and that's all I know. I've never dug into him at all.
Oh, see, I've just followed Nick for like a very long time. He was part of the internet blood sports thing that was going on there in 2016. And that's when he started America First. And he was like 19 at the time or something like that. He would always come on and, always had a nice suit, well-groomed. And I thought, well, this looks like a nice, decent young man with a fairly good conservative voice. He wasn't nearly as crazy as he is now. And I was like, I think and I checked in from time to time. I think I've said this before. He was 19. I was in, my 30s, and I was like, this guy doesn't have any, doesn't have anything to say to me. But good for him. He's, well groomed, speaks well. says some decent things. He's almost like a young Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity or something. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I was like, this guy's gonna go somewhere, and where he went. But it was also, you know, he was also like, I'm a Catholic and I'm a virgin and I've never had any drinks and I don't drink. And I said, well, we'll see when he discovers beer and pussy how
Yeah,
things
we'll
go.
see. Yeah, when it starts getting thrown at him. So I will say what's interesting to me is I think Israel is an interesting issue where I think it's something that certain groups on the left and certain groups on the right can actually come together on, because people are getting sick of that. Like, you know, I mean, you may agree or you may disagree, Cryptid, but it's people are getting sick of our president, our government always supporting Israel and letting Israel do whatever the fuck they want and giving Israel all this fucking money and all this shit. So, like I said, you see the fractions on the right it's starting to get sick of that. Fractions on the left obviously getting sick of that. So, yeah, that could be something, but for Trump, but unfortunately, most establishment politicians support Israel. So even the next fucking person that comes in,
I think the voters and stuff are getting tired of sending money to Israel and supporting Israel, especially after that whole Israel-Iran thing. I think that's where a lot of people said, why are we sending these people money?
Ironically,
so
so I was just gonna say, I think that's one of the issues I agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene on. I'm pretty sure she was sick of that shit too, fucking Israel. So good for her on that, I guess.
I mean, Mark Kelly, and oh, by the way, Mark Kelly almost lost his wife to a shooter. She was shot and almost killed. So, you know, I mean, this is a man who has dedicated his life. And the main reason why those 6, you know, members of Congress got together and decided to do that video is because they saw what was happening. And they are absolutely spot on correct. Look, just because the president says something does not make it a lawful order. Okay, that doesn't work like that. And in the military, even as brand new privates in the United States Army, and I'm talking about privates, E1s from every branch of military service, to young second lieutenants, young officers, brand new officers in all of the branches of our military. Everybody goes through judicial training where they talk to you about, you know, things like the Geneva Convention. They talk to you about, you know, orders, and they tell you that if you are ever given an order that is unlawful, illegal, or immoral, it is your duty to say no, to refuse that order. Now, you know, just because the president says it does not make it lawful. And we're going to find out when this nightmare is over, we're going to see how much illegal actions actually were spewed from Donald Trump's mouth.
Well, Army Major, how about the fact that he went and got, 1,000 FBI guys to go into the DOJ and remove his name from the Epstein files? I mean, what the fuck is that? How is that constitutional?
Yeah, anybody out there that's got anything between their ears knows that this is a corrupt.
Did that actually happen? Or did somebody say something?
Yeah, I did see. I don't remember the 1,000 FBI agents, but that seems like a lot. But yeah, I did see some reporting that supposedly he was had a lot of his name and shit removed from the Epstein files. But again, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't dig far into it. I just saw the reporting on, you know, the people that I watched covering it.
So maybe not.
Yeah, it's. Yeah,
but they like that news, so it's true.
I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm not gonna act like I have definite proof. You know,
no, I wouldn't be that shocked either.
That's what's
any politician doing that.
Yeah, this is the issue I have. My wife and I keep having this conversation because my obviously love my wife to death, but she's starting to hate Trump so much that I think she's starting to like have some faith in the Democrats. And I'm like, no, they will fuck this up. They're like, we're going to get them on corruption. I'm like, no, we never get anybody on corruption because the fucking both parties are corrupt. It's like the one thing they let each other get away with is corruption. They may pretend they're going to get each other on corruption. They never get each other on corruption. That's why when they went after Trump, they went after him for fucking banging Stormy Daniels and giving her some fucking hush money. That's not real corruption. That's, hey, I don't want my wife to find out I got some side pussy.
Yeah, that's a typical Tuesday for a politician.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, if they start going after each other for if they start going after each other for corruption, then there's not going to be any politicians left.
Yeah, that's why they can't. Like I can never remember the dude's name, But during Trump's first presidency, there was a congressman from my state, Massachusetts, who was the head of some committee where a court said that, they could get Trump's tax returns for like this period, and they never did. Like, so, like, I remember, like, I don't think a lot of people even know this because the dude never did anything about it because he didn't want to dig into it. Because then Trump will be like, okay, let's dig into so and so's tax. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, let's see what you're up to.
Right.
Be like, be like, oh, never mind. I think everything looks good.
Yeah.
Our founding fathers had no idea that there could ever be somebody as crooked as Donald Trump in the Oval Office.
Hey, Jacob.
And this is why when we take back power, we're going to have to put in new checks and balances to make sure that we never have a president that can do this again. And I definitely want to talk a little bit about when we're talking about the unlawful orders. I want to explain something to everybody here that's listening. If you look at this as an organization, let's say a squad conducting an ambush. When you conduct an ambush, okay,
yes, I do remember that.
We're gonna set up on this.
I just remember they could have got some more. There was. Fuck, I'll look at it. It's not important because it was so long ago at this point. It was his first term, but yeah, they could have got some more. A court said they could have got some more, and the head of the committee, who's from my state, did nothing about it. Real quick, Ava, my wife thankfully isn't that bad. She fucking hates Hakeem Jeffries. She hates Chuck Schumer. It's just she's starting to have a little, like, she's actually, and I'm not too happy about it too. Mondani said some like nice shit about Hakeem Jeffries. I'm like, oh, dude, they always fucking sell out. Like, I know he hasn't taken office shit, but every time I think there might be somebody that's, whether I'm going to agree with all of his policies or not, I know I'm not going to agree with some. I think some are even a little too socialism-y for me. But I thought I was hoping he'd at least rock the fucking boat. We need someone that just stops taking shit from these establishment people, and he says something nice about Hakeem Jeffries like right away, or saying, yeah, he deserves to be, fucking whatever, Dem leader, speaker, whatever. I'm like, oh, fucking Christ, here we go.
It's a minority leader, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
more ways than
absolutely.
one.
I've been so disappointed especially when like the whole Tea Party thing. I mean, make fun of it all you want, but there was a lot of real Tea Party Republicans that they're, well, I'm just about the Constitution. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to do that, and all the Tea Party stuff that was going on. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll vote for that guy. He's, okay. Like, there's a lot of cringe in the Tea Party. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people going around with the tea bags on them and stuff like that. I'm just like, dude, I'm just like, what the fuck? It's like, you have a good message. Now you got to go out and dress like, an idiot. But anyway.
Yeah, I've literally gotten to the point where I think I would support. No, it does depend how right-wing their policies are. But I'm at the point where I would support a Republican who's like, fuck every Democrat, fuck every Republican, fuck all their donors, fuck Wall Street. Yeah. Like, all right, dude, if you're going to rock the boat, let's fuck. Because at least if he does that, then maybe people on the left will do it, and then we get a chance. So I would actually do, that's where I'm at right now. And every time it seems like there's someone that may rock the boat, they sell out.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at, man. I was disappointed by all those guys. Basically, everybody who signed the Tea Party thing.
Yeah.
While the Tea Party was making them sign the thing, saying that they're going to do these things and stuff like that, and reduce spending and blah 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 blah, reduce taxes and all that stuff. Every single one of them bent the knee. Boom! Immediately, forgot all that.
Sarah Palin. Oh God, there's a name.
But yeah, dude, I'd probably vote for a Democrat as well if it was going to be somebody who I felt would have an amount of integrity to push things. Somebody who would actually clear the swamp.
Yes,
I guess I should say.
Because that would help us no matter what party they're on. If they start taking out the swamp, that's what we need. So,
road. We put our support team right here. Those are the ones that are carrying the M240 Bravos, M60 machine guns, the weapons that bring the most firepower. We put them online. Over here, we put what we call the assault team. The assault team sits back and waits until they get the signal to assault across the objective. Okay? So here comes the bad guys down the road. We've already got security out on both sides, way out there. They let us know that the enemy's on the way. So our support team gets ready. As soon as the enemy gets in the kill zone, we open fire with the support team. That's the M60 machine guns, fully automatic weapons, just annihilating everything. They continue firing until
They
they
don't use
get
them
a
60s
signal,
anymore.
whether that is a star cluster, whether
They
it
use
is a
the,
smoke
as I said, the
grenade, whether it is a
M240B,
damn siren.
M240 Bravo. They don't use them
think-
60s anymore. They use the M240 Bravo. But anyway,
Jacob,
that's besides the point.
what's up, Matt? I was gonna say, I think Jacob can bat me up. I think Jake is friends with a guy named M60 in the Dabbleverse.
Whistle or horn, and that tells them to lift and shift, which means they lift their weapons, not firing on the kill zone, and they shift them over. The reason why they continue firing is because they want to keep the enemy's heads down because they think they're still being fired on. But once the lift and shift happens, the assault team rushes across the kill zone, and as they move across the kill zone, they pop everything that they see that's moving. That's legal. But once you cross that assault line, and you are done crossing the
Keep
kill
an eye
zone,
on his
you
eyes,
cannot-
Matt.
Yeah,
Count the blinking. They call him Blinky for a reason.
Matt, I've known about this guy for like 10 years, like long before I got in the Dabbleverse. And my story is that the reason I wanted to get on John's political show is because I wanted to do something with Richard Ojeda. I've told the story a million times. He's always been a little crazy, and he's definitely gotten crazier. But he used to actually be. I used to like his. He used to be a boat rocker. He used to be fuck the establishment, and now he's just a crazy guy that's with the establishment. So that's no good. But he's actually running for Congress in North Carolina, Matt. So if you know
Running
anyone
for
out
a
there,
representative in North Carolina.
yeah, I did it again. Fuck me.
I'm the
I
only
said-
one in the Dabbleverse who knows he's running as a representative. Even John says, "Oh, he's running for government or Congress." He doesn't. John has no idea what his very good friend and political ally that he used to have on every week has no idea what he's up to.
not turn around and come back and shoot anybody that you see that's still moving. Because then at that point, they become captured prisoners of war, wounded prisoners, and now it is your duty to give them aid and get them back to a place where they can be, medical attention. And then, but the thing about it is when you turn around and come back, you cannot shoot people that you find alive.
Hold on, let me just suppose the guy that when you're coming back takes a shot at you.
If they take a shot at you, it is what it is.
This is the part I saw, and I was like, John, of course you can shoot at somebody that's shooting at you. Like, why did you even ask that question?
And also, why is he telling this story? I'm just listening to it. I'm going, I mean, this is interesting and fascinating, and it's stuff that I would like to hear him talk about, but why is he what's going on here?
Yeah. This is stuff like, hey, man, I got an army major. He would know much more than me on this shit, so I wouldn't question him on it. But yeah,
I think what it is he's answering a question that's only in his head is what's going on here. Like the question wasn't asked, but he's answering it anyway.
Yeah.
Once again, normally what happens there shouldn't be anybody in that kill zone that's able to fire back at you because they just got trounced by the support team, and then the assault team comes across and they pop everything. But every once in a while, you'll find somebody is alive.
Okay.
Do you all remember the guy that went to prison that was the Green Beret that Donald Trump pardoned? Okay, the reason why he went to prison, and once again, I'm not talking about him if he's legal, if he's guilty or not guilty, but the reason why they sent him.
Hey, there you are in the chat. I just looked over and saw you.
Yeah.
The prison
So what do you think about that? Do you like me having the chat in there on my videos? Or I know Carl said he really likes it. A lot of people said they really like it.
Yeah, I think in the Dabbleverse, it's good to do something unique. No other really clippers really do that. So yeah, like you got a million people covering John, you got a million people covering Steel, and I'm not talking about clipping. I'm talking about Uncle Rick, all the shows, they all cover like the same people, so you got to like differ yourself. So yeah, no, I think it's a good idea. Definitely.
And Azava pointed out just above the super chat right there, just above me, Army Major, you've never been right about anything. What's I like having the chats.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Was that he come over while the medic was conducting first aid on this young prisoner? He stabbed him in the neck and killed him.
Oh Jesus!
That right there is a war crime. And what Pete Hegseth and them did when they fired on the boat and they found two people still hanging onto the boat, and Pete Hegseth says, kill them all. That right there is a war crime. That is a war crime. I don't give a shit what anybody says. It is a war crime. And when this nightmare is over, he will be held accountable for that crime.
Wow.
This was Ojeda. as a major or as a retired major Army Ranger sapper, I'm sure he understands the chain of command, and I'm sure he understands the Secretary of Defense is probably not looking over the shoulder of who's running specific operations.
Yeah, and he's also, as I said this earlier, sorry, before this clip came up, but he's been around a long time. He knows we don't actually hold people in high positions. We don't actually charge them with war crimes. There was a guy that died this year. I don't know if you ever heard of him, Army Major, called Dick Cheney. He committed a few, and nothing happened to him. Obama committed a few. They all commit a bunch of these things, man. Nothing ever happens. Nothing's gonna happen. Even if he's right about it being a war crime, nothing's gonna happen.
It was a lesson in combat. I never knew any of this, Army Major. Thank you.
Everything that we do, everything that we
Matt,
do.
you and your fucking allegedly, dude.
I'm talking battalion and brigade commanders get their careers ended because of things like I think it was the 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment. They had everybody basically going, kick him in the teeth, shoot him in the face, shoot a baby in the face. It was all about that mentality of you shoot him. I mean, that's the kind of shit that they were saying. They were just so pumped up by leaders that literally was like, kill them all, kill them all. And then all of a sudden something happened. Some people got killed and then it was exposed. And guess who got in trouble? You know, not only did the shooters get in trouble, but the command climate that caused that was removed and relieved of duty.
Jesus.
This is so funny. Can you imagine this guy showing restraint in the field? Like, he looks like a kill 'em all type of fucking guy, Army Major. I can't imagine him fucking like holding back. I don't know.
I 100% guarantee he was one of those kill 'em all kind of guys. I mean, he's such a spaz. he's very high strung.
Fucking Christ.
Mike Donahue, thanks for the $2. Donald Trump has made it okay to hate. Yes. I've been saying that all along. You know, it's not only Donald Trump, Army Major.
It's about time.
Seriously, Donald Trump has allowed it okay to hate and to, you know, belittle those beneath you. I mean, you know, really to be sexist and misogynistic. He's allowed this kind of rhetoric to resonate with these jackaloons driving around with Confederate flags.
Yeah, that's what it is. And look, I
don't
really do
know,
believe.
man.
I mean, not everybody get MAGA. MAGA's that 5% base over there that they're just dumb as a damn skunk.
I heard that. I had the same reaction when I heard it earlier today. I'm like, huh?
What the fuck did the Confederate flag have to do with anything? Like, I don't even. I mean, the whole thing, really. But yeah, look, to an extent, I get what John's saying, but also no. Like, we as a society decide what's. I get what he's saying. It's like, I don't know, man. If you didn't have the balls to say something beforehand, then don't say it now. But this isn't our big. To me, you know what? I shouldn't say this. I always forget. I'm the heterosexual white dude. Like, I'm not the one.
oh
dealing
yeah,
with
that's
any
right. You're the
shit.
sex
Yeah.
guy. I keep forgetting to call you the sex guy.
The sex guy. I know. I still haven't watched that, so I don't
need
know
to
what
watch
it means.
the life forms. You really only need to watch like the first half hour and then go watch the Jake section because they just say the same shit over and over and over and over and over again, and they know nothing about you. So I'm just watching it, going, "Who is this for?" Because it's definitely not. It's because like anybody who knows Nick, this is not going to change their mind. They're just going to make it like you guys. They just look. You just look like douchebags to the people that know you.
Yeah, I got DMs from quite a few people on it, and yeah, I even saw some shit like on X, like Eva who watches me on, well, not watches Eccles, so sees me on Eccles, and she's like, Nick's a sweetheart. What are you talking about? And Sam Bibley, you know, I had a bunch of people, so it was like, all right, dude, you're like, there is plenty. And like, I'm like, no, there is plenty of shit to fucking shit on me for. You don't have to make anything up, dude. It's like, but
it's just all made up shit from what they saw on the screen. It was,
yeah,
I said, you need at least to watch the first half hour so that when I call you the sex guy, you're one of these sex guys.
The sex guy. What the fuck could that be about,
dude? It's a red bar thing.
No, I'm trying to figure out what I did to be called the sex. Like, whether it can even be misconstrued.
Oh, it was. There's parts of your opening. You know, there's one part where you know it goes back and open up, and it's like you in a bikini. and stuff like that.
Oh my god.
And then when you did the thing with Ashley Cummings with the dating game thing.
Oh my god. They brought up the dating game thing.
He did.
No,
And they're just like, this guy has no game. It's like, yeah, he's fucking married. This is just a joke. It's for fun. What the fuck's wrong with you guys?
Trying. Number one, I wasn't trying to have game. Number two, I obviously have no idea what clips they showed, but I said a bunch of times, I'm like, I suck at this. I don't even know how to like I feel like a retard doing the hey baby when you come back to my I'm like I'm not I got asked to do a favor by Ashley, so I did it. It's that's all. It's like Jesus Christ.
But I said the first half hour is really all you need to get the rest of the show, and then the Jake Hudson part. Then Jake Hudson comes on at the end.
Yeah, I did. I saw Jake talking about going on there. I did. Oh, last thing I did the one. When they were live, I didn't watch it, but I flipped. I saw there was someone, a couple of people like trolling were like, I know they showed the thing where I pretended to go to John's house, and I was like,
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
they were like really mad that you would be mad that John went to somebody's house when like you're the one that went to his house, and I'm sitting there going, they don't get that it's a joke. They're stupid as John.
That's the one that Sam Bibley was like, dude, that wasn't like everyone. Like, you know what's funny? Like, if you go to my page and under and playlist, those are under parody videos. There are other videos on there talking about, like, even if no one got that first one, there's a second one. It's obviously I'm not there. It's obviously a goof. And I was like, you think that I drove 4.5 or 5 hours to shoot a 2-minute video? Or I didn't talk to John's mom, show us like, what the fuck would the point of that been? Show the fucking house? Nothing. It's like, okay,
show the all he showed was the asphalt.
Yeah.
Some trees.
Yeah.
I'm over here stuttering John's house.
Yes. I literally made sure that no one could tell where I was on purpose. And yeah, all right. Anyway.
I mean, look, I'm not for the far left either. But not in everything. I mean, like I said, I believe in treating people with the utmost kindness. And sometimes there's some people that I think, what are they even thinking? But I'm going to tell you right now,
I guess that thing got to him. That thing that went around there a couple weeks ago where he was threatening to, choke out.
Oh, yes, that he kind of went viral there. Yeah.
Yeah, with his with a lot of his violent rhetoric there. So now he's a nice guy. He'll never hurt anybody. He's not violent. He would never, curb stomp a Trump voter.
No,
I mean, he said he would, but I don't know.
I gotta be it. The only Jake Long I can think of is the football player, but I'm guessing that's not who you're talking about.
Lang.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
Send a link. Or no, not here. I mean,
we are witnessing people waking up. I'm going to tell you right now. Look at what's getting ready to happen in Tennessee. We may flip a seat in Tennessee from Riverwood. Tennessee. Yes. Understand that I go and I do events. I'm going all throughout this district, and I'm running into Republicans that are coming up to me and saying, "Look, you know what? We like what you're saying. We can no longer stay on this path that we were on. We are Republicans, and we are done. We're now independent or unaffiliated." And let me tell you something, the independent and the unaffiliated is going to be what's going to save this country. In my district right now, my district in North Carolina, there are more unaffiliated voters than there are Republicans or Democrats.
Wow.
How long has this guy been running?
And let me tell you something, those unaffiliated.
How long has this guy been in government? He's been for a long time. Yeah, that's everywhere.
Yeah. I was just going to say, they always make that clear that the independents and the non-voters and all that, always outnumber pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I've been unaffiliated since the Patriot Act.
Yeah. I used to like only like register as a Democrat around primary time, and then go back to.
Are you one of those? You're one of those states that you have to be registered as the party to contribute or to be in
that sort of thing. Yeah,
in the primary.
Yeah. Voters are done. They're done with the cruelty that is the Republican Party. And this is cruelty. I mean, at the end of the day, when you look at what recently happened in terms of SNAP benefits and things like that, when Donald Trump got pissed off and didn't get his way, what did he do? He didn't say, I'm going to hurt the Democratic Party. He said, we're going to withhold SNAP benefits.
Yes.
From the
when did he say that?
And SNAP benefits are a whopping $182 a friggin' month. They don't go to.
And just so everybody knows, this is food stamps, right? This is
yeah.
Wait,
Yes,
okay.
John, thank you.
182. Does everyone get the same? That can't be right. 180. What is he talking about?
No, he doesn't
Yeah,
know what he's
yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, that can't be right. There's
No, that is not.
your income has to count for something. Your all this
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff that goes into how much you get.
Yeah. He just throws
Like
out
my
a
dad,
number.
who's retired, it gets like $23 a month in SNAP.
Well, I was gonna say I was on it. I got it once when my youngest when we had got the third kid, and because of what I made, I'm not kidding. It was like $52 a month, and there was like 5 of us or whatever. It was like, what is this? It was like so dumb.
Yeah, it's
Or 4, yeah.
no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And also,
Yeah.
and also that Trump decided to just take away people's SNAP benefits. Is he talking about? I think he's talking about the shutdown.
He's talking about the government shutdown. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of these the government. So wasn't that the Democrats that weren't voting to open the government? I don't know. I don't know what.
Well,
It was
yeah,
obviously Trump.
Here's
It's
my
definitely
issue.
Trump.
I actually the Democrats failed on that so badly. I was fine, and it's easy for me to say, someone without the SNAP and all that stuff, but
Yeah, the
and
government
doesn't
benefit.
have a
Yeah,
government job. I work in the private sector, so none of this shit really affected me. But I was fine with the shutdown. But then you can't then end it with literally getting nothing, getting what you could have got before the shutdown even happened. They got nothing. They literally got nothing. And the only thing I will say is there was a whole court thing with the SNAP because there was a couple court things, and Trump was told he had to put out the SNAP, and then he was like, I'll wait till see what the Supreme Court says. And all
Oh
this stuff.
yeah,
So,
there was that thing. No, there's like an emergency fund or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's for that, but it's not. It doesn't cover government shutdowns. It's like literally illegal because he brought up that he wanted to use that money, and then it was brought up. Oh wait, that's illegal. You can't use that money. And then some random federal judge somewhere said, no, you have to use that money, and it's like, well, it's illegal. We can't use that money for SNAP benefits. I remember that part. Yeah,
and it ended up weird with the states because I do know some people in my state that are on it, and I know some people in Rhode Island, and they got theirs, or at least part of theirs, I think, when that judge said shit. But then I heard Jake Hudson say he didn't get his until the shutdown ended. So I think some states did it, because I remember then Trump was like, well, you got to send that money back. It was a whole fucking weird, stupid thing. But yeah, I will say he was like fighting against, he was going with what the judge saying not to do it was saying, instead of the judge saying to send it, or whatever the fuck it was. Something like that. Anywho, sorry. Fucking God, my brain is fried.
I mean, they're going after these type of capabilities, and that's cruel. You're literally punching the least of us when you do something like that. And once again, the things that they're doing, people are seeing it. They're seeing it. And a lot of people are being like, I can't stay with this anymore. Rich people are starting to realize that Donald Trump and his economy is going to kill them. I'm going to tell you, I have been with groups of people, and some of them very, very wealthy, that literally looked us in the face and said, look, we're wealthy and we love being wealthy. But the truth is that unless the billionaires start paying their fair share, this whole entire country is going to crash, and millionaires are going to lose everything. So now you got millionaires that are starting to speak.
He's starting the Brian Karem. He's making up stories. No rich guy says, I love being rich, but if we don't start paying our fair share of taxes, then yeah, it doesn't happen, dude.
Speak up and say, look.
That's I was gonna say, like, of all the things that never happened, this never happened the most.
Yeah, he's doing that. Like I said, like Karem loves to do that, but that was the most ridiculous thing I've never heard. I think there's like one billionaire who goes around saying like, yeah, tax me more, but I think it's just like a gimmick. He's like, I'm the good billionaire,
Yeah, I think there are a couple that I see on X that say, we need to pay more in taxes. We need to pay more in taxes. They don't. I mean, you just pay more in taxes.
Yeah, like that one's
You
always
could just
tough for
give
me.
them money,
because to an extent I get it. Like I try to pay as little as possible too. I think we all do.
Oh, yeah,
You know
same.
what I mean? So I'm not on principle. I'm not knocking it. You know, it's just that it's more like the look. I honestly, it just sucks because that's the only thing like the government can kind of control. I'm more into like, hey, wages need to go up and cost of living needs to go down, and then whatever. I don't fuck the. You know, I'm not as worried about all the tax shit, but that's something that's like doesn't seem as ever gonna fucking happen until things like completely collapse.
Taxing the rich. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's certain things, and listen to what I'm saying here. What if we tied minimum wage to the cost of living? So that as
this
prices
is
went
fantastic.
up,
This is a great
minimum
idea.
wage goes up. So that no matter what, if you are working full-time
Which
job and
causes
making
prices
minimum
to go
wage,
up.
you can still
So
put
the
food on
minimum wage will
table and
go
pay
up, so that the prices go up. And then as prices go up, minimum wage has to go up, which causes prices to go up.
Unfortunately, and I know like we agree and disagree on this a little bit. Like I get what you're saying, but I also think that so much of this is fucking greed at this fucking point. It's not. They don't have to raise when they raise all the time. But I'll listen to the end of Ojeda's theory here, but from what I just already said, when prices go up, minimum wage goes up. Well, what about us that make way more than minimum wage? Our salaries all stay the same.
Yeah,
Like-
until like minimum wage catches up with you, and then you can start getting raises.
Because like I get a feeling like I think I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing the majority of the country makes more than minimum wage. I mean, I know there's a large section that probably does, but you know, in certain states I'm not gonna lie. I want my wages to go up too. Then, dude, when shit goes up, not just
That's actually a good point. You know, I never
Yeah.
really thought about that angle of, wait a second, yeah, why is this person who is completely unqualified to do anything? That's why they're on minimum wage. Nearing my wage, which I went to school for. I paid a lot to a college, and I worked my way up through the ranks, and I'm very knowledgeable in what I do. But now somebody who can toss fries around at a fast food restaurant, not that I'm not disparaging that at all. I think working fast food is a great first job.
I'll even say
there's a reason why that's the first job.
I was gonna say McDonald's was one of my most stressful jobs. Not like stressful and stressful with dealing with fucking people. Like you get shit on at that job. You know what I mean? The people think you're.
Oh yeah, it was working for fast food that made me say, "Yeah, I'm never working for the public sector ever again."
It wasn't a fan.
I'm never working with the public ever again because I will be in jail at some point.
But also, this is also impossible to manage. You can't be like, oh, well, what metric do you use to decide when it goes up? You know what I mean? Because prices, like I paid $4.99 for a 3-pack of romaine lettuce last week. The week before it was like $3.49, and it might go back to could go back down to $3. Like, what do we decide? Oh, my wage goes up for 1 week and then it goes back down. Like, you can't. It's not feasible, man. Come on, Major.
Bills. Isn't that something that would be something that most people would think would be beneficial? I think so. What about this? What if I said that the first $45,000 that you make every year, the first $45,000 is tax free? If all you make is $45,000, you don't pay no taxes. If you make less than $45,000,
keep in mind it's already $30,000.
You pay no taxes. You probably get a tax refund. But once again, it allows the first $45,000 because $45,000 salary is a salary that they believe is that you can keep your nose above the water line. These are things.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the greed of where I disagree a little bit.
And we can. Now, there's all kinds of
I agree
things
with
like
you.
overturning
They
Citizens
keep going
United
up anyway.
and stopping the billionaires from buying our elections. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people out there that are in support of policies like this that we need to push.
Well, I'll tell you, Major, I'm trying to find, because I did have a thing, because this guy's trying to argue. Hold on, let me. Deli Smelly, how much for you to play your charity grease play? I don't know. It would be a lot of money. I do want to respond to all this, but I was looking because grocery prices are up, oil is up, lumber is up. I was trying to find the chart where you were talking because everything's up. But before we get into this next question, let me bring in our good buddy. The gang's back together. Please welcome the author, the reporter, the comedian, the singer, and the loyal friend, Much like you, I'm Major Brian
He's up there,
Karem.
John.
I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't even in the vicinity. It's not my fault. Rock and roll.
The guy who has a seat at the table. That's what I'm talking about.
So,
Dude, I'm gonna say something controversial here. I actually think Ojeda is the most likable out of these three.
That's not controversial. He's definitely got the better charisma. It's like I feel like I could probably have a good time sitting down having a beer with Ojeda.
Yeah, he just needs to chill a little bit. Like at least he's okay, something about Karem just drives me fucking crazy.
He's the stuttering John of journalism.
Ava, next time
he fell into a minor position at a major position at a minor or a minor major position, like John. He was like not just the phone screener, but he's the shit stirrer and stuff like that. He had on air time, like Brian Karem. He's just the White House correspondent for Playboy, which I mean, Playboy is a major thing. Being a White House correspondent, being part of the press pool, is a major thing. But he just sort of fell into it, and he hasn't done anything really since. He writes for Salon.com, so he's like,
he has an unearned confidence about him. I think is what bothers me.
He thinks he's like Peter Jennings or something.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, you just spent a couple of years working for Playboy at the White House. So,
Ava, next time you're on with John, and this is just my opinion, try and talk him out of doing that wet hair look. I don't know what it is. We were actually, I think before you came on, we were actually talking like John's, not that his looks matter, but it's weird. Like he doesn't look 60. I have to give him that. And his arms do get bigger, but he's also got like these jowls. And when he's got the fucking hair all wet and matted down, he just looks, it's not a good look for him.
I don't know what table it is, but
here's a question. Winky Wenkis Wizard, thanks for the tenor. CNN poll, 87% of Republicans approve of Trump. Brian, is that real? That's higher than Obama in his second term and higher than Bush in his second term. Biden doesn't get a second term. That's not true.
Well, if you believe that, I have a bridge that Donald Trump will sell you in Brooklyn.
That could be true. Did you not see the Republican part? Like, is he thinking...
Yeah, they did not. No, they're going to
so...
talk at length on this, and the only thing I can say as they talk about this, and John brings up another CNN poll of the general sort of not the Republic of like the general what is it likability whatever approval rating from CNN, and it's like no, the reading comprehension is hard
because
that's the only thought you're going to have for about the next few minutes.
I expected to hear them go, well, of course they do. They're Trump-aloons. So when they're like, it's not true, I'm like, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't be shocked. I know
he has the same thing I said. I was like, yeah, the 87%, that probably sounds about right. Mm-hmm. And I bet that person has put that up there because of, once again, earlier Ojeda saying that the Republicans are abandoning Trump like en masse, and Brian's going to bring that up too, or he's going to say something similar to where he's also talked to a bunch of Republicans who are are abandoning Trump. It's like,
but Brian, how do the people actually believe that nonsense? You're a reporter.
I think fewer and fewer are believing it, and a lot of them have a real problem with what Donald Trump has done in a number of cases. I think the Epstein files is killing him. The immigration stuff is killing him, particularly among the Latino communities. And this stuff in Venezuela is really killing him. He's getting, not only did he get pushback, rare that was about
I'd like to point out that
Congress from his
the only one
allies.
of those things that the people who voted for Trump are kind of like, that is kind of like hurting them, is the Epstein thing. Everything else, we're like, hell yeah. Do more of that.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, like some of us liberal or progressive independents got a lot of problems with him. But no, most Republicans did or conservatives did like what he was doing. Besides the Epstein shit, and some of them I know have problems with Israel, like we brought up, but those are probably the only two.
But you have congressmen in Washington, D.C. right now, and I've spoken to probably 2 or 3 dozen of them in the last week, who are really upset with what Donald Trump has done in the Caribbean and with Venezuela and the continuing talks that they're going to do something on land. There's going to be land intervention, which makes absolutely no sense. But more importantly, the
it does not,
comment
does
that was
it?
attributed to Pete Hegseth, our minister so sinister. He still calls himself the director. No, what is it? The Secretary of War. The Congress sent a letter to him referring to him as the Defense Secretary because they haven't changed the name. So there's a subtle little dig that even Congress, the Republicans, are getting pissed off at him, and they want to know, what the hell do you think you're doing in Venezuela, particularly after Pete Hegseth said
Oil.
Yeah. Particularly after Pete Hegseth said, basically, kill them all, like some cartoon villain out of a Batman series or Superman. He thinks he's Lex Luthor, and he's not even the Joker. So it's gotten really bad for the supporters of Donald Trump, and that's because of what Donald Trump is doing. So 87%, I think you might find 87% of the people at one point or time said Donald Trump.
But I don't
Journalist,
know where,
by the way. Journalist.
Yeah, and here's
Professional
what's
journalist.
funny. I'm looking at it and I still haven't found it, but it's like yesterday, like Trump hit his low overall approval. They could easily use that. Instead, they're fighting. You're like, yeah, he's popular with the Republicans, but the rest of the country, blah blah blah. But they don't, because yeah, I think I'm right. You're right. I think they fucking misread the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, journalist. Reading
Yeah.
comprehension is tough.
Yeah, Trump. Yeah, good job, Brian.
anybody would think Donald Trump. The last thing I read, Brian, was that he's at 36% approval rating, which is the lowest. I think even lower than the first time.
Yes.
Okay, that's literally what I just read. So there you go, John. But that's overall. That's not.
That's not what the Post said.
Which again, you can perfectly use as a rebuttal, but you have to be like, obviously you misunderstood because you sound like a fucking idiot because you're not using it right.
That's exactly right. You've nailed that one exactly right. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than the fact that when it comes to Donald Trump, there's not
That's not what's
fact that they won't
Except
screw
that's
up
not what
or
we're
make
talking
up.
about.
Yeah.
For example, when he says the price of eggs are down 1,000%. Well, you can't be lower than 100%. So if you're down 1,000%, are you paying me to buy eggs? Am I walking in and instead of paying $4, you're giving me $40? That's the only way that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. None of this. It's like 90. What did he say? 92% of the people are behind my action. Where? What 92%? Many people have said it. Said what? What have they said, Donnie? What have many people said?
I'd say it's closer to
make any damn
87%.
I can't. Like, I hate Trump so much, but then Brian's making me like, all right, dude, shut up. Like, number one,
know what he meant.
Yeah, you've talked about that 1,000% thing. Yeah, he's an idiot. Trump makes up numbers all the fucking time. I think even his supporters know that by now. I'm not saying it's right, but we all know it at this point. So it's like a grain of salt thing at this point. It's the people that don't have a problem with it don't have a problem with it. Like, I have no problem with him even like, God, this is so stupid. But you've said that 1,000% thing a million fucking times. Every time you're on, you bring this up. Okay, dude, new shit.
It's just him pulling numbers out of his ass and people believing it. And I think those numbers are
No, I don't think his supporters believe eggs are down 1,000%. I don't even think his supporters believe that. But all right, real quick with the economy. Yeah, price it is suck. But God, I'm not defending Trump, but I had to have this conversation with my wife. This is one of them where I'm like, the groceries are really expensive under Biden too. I don't know. I'm ironically, like, she does all the cooking, clean. I'm the one that ends up doing most of the shopping. I usually shop after work and stuff. So I don't think she noticed, all the groceries have gone up like I did. And yes, they keep going up. Don't get me wrong, but they kept going up under Biden too. It's just the trajectory, in my opinion, the trajectory is just still going. And
it's just not going as quickly as it was under Biden.
And ironically, the thing that is cheaper under Trump is eggs.
That is true.
That's the thing I got to give him. Yeah. So, right. Trump is full of shit when he's talking about how great the economy is.
And I noticed beef is, once again, I said this before, but beef is still coming down pretty good. But there was a cow shortage. There was some stuff where there was a cow shortage, so they're still replenishing stocks and stuff like that. But I have noticed some prices coming down. But overall, honestly, the food prices where I currently live, even though every single other thing is way cheaper than where I was in California,
Oh, I'm
the
sure.
food prices are about the same.
It's just my whole thing is like I think it's better. Like Karem tries to claim like we all need to come together. Well, okay, then and I'm not saying it's gonna work, but you have a better chance if you're like, hey, MAGA, you got to admit prices suck right now, and I will give you they sucked under Biden too. So let's all get together. Blah blah blah. You can't act like they were good under your guy and suck under this guy, and vice versa. Like we have to acknowledge fucking the shit sucked. Like there's greedflation going on and it ain't fucking stopping. So I don't know.
Well, they'd
I
never
just
do that. In
Yeah,
fact,
I
under
know.
Biden, things were. I wouldn't doubt if, especially John, would say and believe that prices were lower under Biden.
I'm sure he thought they were lower than they were. I'm sure.
Are you in DC or in California?
I am actually in. I'm right now. I'm in LA, heading to DC tomorrow, and then heading to
Florida. Visit me.
Yeah, no, I have to visit someplace else overseas for a week or so. Where are you, Richard? Are you in?
I'm in North Carolina right now, but I was thinking, the next time I get up to DC, I'm gonna try to reach out to you. We can grab.
Oh yeah, we still want to do that thing with you.
Johnny Knoxville, Army Major, you have never been right about anything. We've been right about everything. You're the one who's been wrong about everything.
Hey, look, it's okay if you disagree with what I'm saying.
Been right about nothing.
I spent 20.
John, you're the one that told us, or the three of you told us Biden's faculties are all fine. You're the one that told us Kamala was going to win. Yeah. I'm not saying that you've been wrong about everything, but you certainly haven't been fucking right about everything. Like this is and I get it. This is a goofy show. It's a political show he does, but it's a goofy political show. But to me, this is one of the biggest problems with it. It's like, dude, you're full of shit. You have to acknowledge it's tribalism. It's all this fucking show is, and it's it's the fucking this blue no matter who fucking Democrat show against. I mean, they don't even like people like me,
or
like,
Ava.
Yeah, right. They fucking, you got to be like a fucking standard Democrat. Other than that, you don't know anything. And it's like, well, fuck the three smug of you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you and I know the tribalism of this show more than anybody. You're trying the hardest to get on it.
Yeah,
even though you're kind of on the same, sort of on the same side.
Right. That's what, like I sent in an email to John when I was working on this shit. And I was trying to explain, like, look, man, I know you said you don't want to have a Trump person on, but this could be a nice compromise where, I'll probably agree with you on probably at least half the shit, but there'll be subtle differences on the other, it won't be like you got a whole MAGA guy on, but, didn't happen.
4 years in the military, and I know a little something about rules and regulations and the things that we can and cannot do when it comes to orders that we give to our subordinates. So you can say that I'm wrong all you want, but have you sat in those JAG officer meetings where they explain rules and regulations and go into detail about what things like the Geneva Convention are? Because I have. And I've been to combat multiple friggin' times where I had to do what I had to do. I had to follow the orders. So you can say that I'm wrong all you want, but all you do is watch Fox News. And the truth is I'm not mad at you. I feel for you, and I really, really hope one day that you wake up and it hits you, and then you get back to normalcy. I really do. I don't hate you. I'm not going to throw stones at you. I'm not going to call you names. I honestly wish that you people that think that Donald Trump is the second coming of Christ
give it about
one
5
day
minutes.
Wake up and see the light. That's all I ask.
And Brian,
and here in a couple of minutes, he'll be back to calling people names and wanting to fight them.
That's what there's too many phony people. Like I've noticed, like this, Karem does it a lot too, where it's like, he acts like he's somebody he's not, they try to act like they're not tribal. They try and act like they're not, these blue no matter who Democrats, and they're, and you're full of shit. That's what you are. Jetta, you're gonna be insulting people. It's gonna happen. Karem, you're gonna be insulting people even more smugly. So fuck it. Oops.
You just missed. Army Major was giving us like a wonderful combat lesson in what Pete Hegseth did by attacking those boats when there were people that were injured and then killing them is against the law.
Of
I'm
course,
against
it's
it.
against the law. It's against due process. We've not declared war on anyone. There has been no due process. It's the fact that we had at one point in time. Now, Pete Hegseth may or may not have said, because Pete Hegseth is pushed back against saying that he said kill them all, but they did. And in fact, that there were survivors, and then they went in afterwards and killed the survivors. That's against every rule of engagement in the Uniform Code of Justice. So
There
I'm
you go.
sorry.
And it is being
that-
investigated. I looked this up. It is being investigated. But Hegseth isn't part of the investigation because he is the Secretary of Defense.
Secretary of War.
Or whatever.
We changed it.
I know.
I'm
I just feel that's going to be changed back anyway. So who
yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
It's not going to stay. It's not going to be called the Department of War.
And look, I'm an anti-war guy. I know you are, so I feel for this, but we didn't declare war shit, which every president of my lifetime has like bombed countries, this and that, when we weren't at war with them. It happens all the time. We've kind of thrown that one out the window, unfortunately.
Yeah. The whole we didn't declare war thing was an argument that I stopped really caring about or having. Really, yeah. Well, when Clinton was president, I was
Yeah, Clinton is the first
I was-
person
I was-
thought.
I was a-
yeah.
I was a big righty, so there was like, yeah, over on the right, the conservative side, there was a lot of he's bombing these countries. He didn't even declare war, and it's like after a little while, you just go, do you know what? We were in Vietnam, and that wasn't declared a war, so
Yeah, I mean, God, I don't even know if we've ever gone through Congress in my lifetime to get a war. Maybe the Iraq War, but even that one, I know the president can go to war for shit. Is it 90
Yeah,
days? 30 days?
no,
Yeah.
it was the last time we declared war was 1943,
Yeah, okay, technically, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's
or the
right.
last time Congress declared war.
Congress. Yeah, it's like that one. Unfortunately, yeah, I think it's something we should do, but that one's kind of been thrown out the window, and it just doesn't happen that way anymore. And they're only bringing it up because they want to attack Trump. But when Clinton or Obama did it, they probably didn't say shit.
Shit, Bush did it. Both Bushes did it.
Yeah.
Fucking Obama did it. Yeah, Clinton did it. Every president, Reagan did it. Every president since has bombed or attacked another country at some point.
And this is the shit they can't do because like people know that, and they're like, okay, you're just picking on Trump. Like in my mind, there's plenty to go after Trump for, or but if you're not going to go after other presidents for this shit, then you kind of can't go after him for it, or you look like a fucking hypocrite, dude. Hypocrisy police, right, John?
Well, I mean, that's what these guys are. So
For
that's
Pete
why it's so
Hegseth-
fun
and
to
the
watch them.
other thing that pisses me off about this, Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump, when it was 6 or 7 people that said, 6 or 7 Democrats who said that, that what Pete Hegseth is saying is illegal, and that it's okay to not follow an illegal order. And Donald Trump said that was being a traitor. So imagine that someone advises you not to
So
break
what do
the
you
law.
think about that?
And the president of the United States called
Of those Democrats, was that 4 or 5 or something like that? Democrats that made that commercial, basically imploring military people to not follow orders.
Oh, I didn't even hear about it.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about here
Well,
now.
yeah.
There was I think it was like 6 Democrat. I think they were representatives,
Mhm.
actual, in the House of Representatives, who made a commercial saying that if you're getting illegal, if you're in the military to get illegal orders, you should not follow them. It's essentially what they're saying is you should not follow orders. Is what
Yeah.
they're specific. Basically, it's the words are what Brian is saying, but I mean the intent of a bunch of representatives making an actual commercial about something that, as Ojeda said, the military is already trained on.
Yeah, and also that's sure in theory, I think that's fantastic, but I actually feel bad
But-
for I can't imagine what the pressure to get, because you're in the military, you follow your higher superiors, you follow orders or people die, as Jack Nicholson would say in A Few Good Men. And I can't imagine getting an order from like a fucking, a major or something or a lieutenant, and you're like, how do you say no? Like, what happens to you? You know what I mean? Like, easier said than done. Like, if you can't get, you're gonna be whatever. Something's gonna happen to you, and if you can't get your story out to the media, then you're fucked. So I know I'm taking a long way around this, but I don't fully blame people that follow illegal orders in the military. I blame the people that give the fucking illegal orders.
And the thing is that Trump is calling these people traitors, and one of them, I saw an interview with one of them, and the question was asked, what specific illegal orders have the military been given that you what's up, Oscar, that you would suggest they didn't follow? And the representative was like, oh, I don't know anything about any illegal orders. And like, so okay, so basically what you said is essentially sedition.
Oscar, I don't want to get off track. I got some bad news for you, buddy. Jake threw you under the bus today. First time I ever saw him throw you under the bus. Broke my hat. I'll tell you about it later.
Calls them a traitor, a criminal. Only criminals do that. Because if in fact it is, and you can find no fault with this. This is not partisan. And by God, if a Democrat did it, I'd be as pissed off as if a Republican.
Yes,
that's the problem.
If you are calling and saying, all right, if you actually, and you know the Uniform Code of Military Justice, you've got it, as Richard said, you guys, you study it, you're told this, you know what the Constitution is, you know what the rules of engagement are, and you decide to not follow an illegal order, you should not be prosecuted. Because gentlemen and ladies and those in between, that is exactly what the Nazis did in Nazi Germany. And we had a trial in the Nuremberg trials and held them accountable. You cannot say I was just following orders. You can't do
And
it.
how appropriate that the Nuremberg movie's coming out now.
Yeah, I can't go to see it. But here's another thing too. It's not just Pete Hegseth that's going to find himself in a world of hurt.
Yeah.
That SEAL Team 6 that got told kill them all and then done that. And that's what really bothers me, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something about Green Berets, Navy SEALs, special operations. I'm going to tell you that the majority of these people, when you meet them, you will always be impressed with their intelligence.
Yes.
These are people that literally they'll tell you that if they have to speak with a doctor tomorrow about some type of tactical event, the night before, they're going to become subject matter experts on that topic. So when they talk to that doctor's going to feel like they're almost at an evil playing field.
I have no idea what that means.
The thing about it is because they did that. Because
why would they be talking to a doctor about whatever? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you lost me. Shit. Oh, I just lost what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, gotta pump the brakes on the Nuremberg trial shit here. And I'm not saying it's right to follow legal orders, but there's different types. You need some nuance here. Now, I'll even argue. I don't even think. I question whether we should have been bombing all of these ships, and I need more info because we're just get the info we get. But the illegal order is they bombed the ship, and a couple people survived, so they killed them. To me, killing people you tried to kill and they lived is different than rounding up a bunch of innocent people because of their religion, throwing them in fucking cages and gassing them.
It is slightly different, yeah.
It's way different. Like, yes, if the illegal orders start getting in that direction, 100% you don't follow those. You're right. It's different than, hey, we tried to kill, there's 10 people on the ship. We tried to kill all 10. We only killed 8. Let's go kill the other 2. It's still fucked up, but they tried to kill them anyway.
Right.
And they thought they were bad guys. That's different than taking completely innocent people and putting them in fucking camps and starving them and killing them.
Don't you understand that we're Nazi Germany, 1938 over here, brother?
Yeah.
Once you understand that, Nick,
yeah,
then you can get in line with these people, and you can. It's fucking ridiculous.
Oscar,
that's why I said, here we go again with the Nazi Germany shit.
Real quick, Oscar, I shouldn't even have brought it up. Anyway, all he did was he had on on Jib today, and I think he asked Jib if he's the one that made the thumbnail of him kissing Lemmy, and Jib said yeah, and he's like, I thought that was you, and then because Granny used it, and then all of a sudden Jake's like, is Granny mad at me because of this? And he showed the picture, the AI picture of him with Lemmy, and Jib's like, no, I don't think so, man. And he's like, cause if he is, blame Oscar. He made it for me. It's like, Jesus, Jake. So it was funny. Like Granny's not even mad, but he's like, he's making T-shirts out of this thumbnail you made him, which was very nice of you. And then he's trying to like throw you under the bus for it. I don't know. It was funny.
Oh, and Matt, I'd like to reply to Matt.
Oh,
no, he doesn't talk. John is very dumb.
Oh,
he doesn't know anything about any of this stuff.
Basically what John does for these shows, because he's shown it before, is like he finds like headlines on like MSNBC or on other
sometimes not even headlines.
Yeah. and those are the only then he'll bring up the topic and then let these two talk about it because he doesn't know about it.
There was a time where he's talking to Brian, and the subject was hey, I saw something the other day, something about the Supreme Court did something. Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
That was literally damn near a quote.
It's unreal. Like, if you're not even interested in, why even have the show, John? I feel, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be honest, I feel almost more unprepared for, I mean, I'm glad we had this because it's something, but like, as I said, since like the last 3 or 4 days, I haven't really been paying attention. I've been super busy working. I haven't been feeling that great. So I don't even know what's happened very recently. So I'm like, if any of that shit comes up, I'm like, fuck, I'm not going to know. But I still know 1,000 times more than John knows. And he fucking tries to fucking host this show and get like fucking real political guests. And he has no fucking idea what he's talking about. He lets
before this showed up, before he did this stream this morning, which I was also very happy about because there is nothing to talk about on X. Everybody's just moved back to Epstein files and the ballroom. So there's nothing to talk about. I was thinking we could do I'll try my best because you've been doing shows about Jake. I guess Jake is having some problems. I was going to say, let's just do a Jake show so you can fill me in on what's going on with him. But then this happened and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, that's why it's funny you messaged me because I was going to message you because, like I said, I haven't really been able to follow John the last couple of days. But the one thing I saw was him telling Judy that he's supposed to have Richard Ojeda on. I'm like, oh, good. And then I didn't hear anything about it, so I'm like, I hope the show happened because then we can.
I just figured doing Thanksgiving and stuff and things, and I was just like, man, it's been a wild weekend for me. It is probably. Not probably wild for you, but that's why I asked first. I started with, are we doing a show tonight?
Yeah. The only other thing I could even think of is I remember when we had Jacob Waters on last week, I told you both I had covered that kid from one of the towns I lived in who got picked up by ICE like in June. And I was like, if there's nothing, maybe I'll see if Jacob wants to come on again and I'll send you guys some info on him. But that's all I could even think of, just to like piggyback off of last week's ICE thing. So thankfully this came along.
That Pete Hegseth said, kill them all, and then they went back and they killed those 2 guys that were holding onto the boat. SEAL Team 6 is going to find themselves in the same friggin' trial. And once again, I was just following orders, is what they said when they snatched all those guards from Dachau and Auschwitz. And if anybody has ever been to Dachau and Auschwitz, and I've been to both of those multiple times, I'm going to tell you, it is hard to even look at this. There is a room in Auschwitz that has a 10-foot tall, 30 meters long pile of human hair that they shaved from the people before they sent them to the gas chambers. And they used that hair to make socks for the Nazis. So Nazis were fighting on the Russian front wearing warm socks that come from the hair of those that were murdered in Auschwitz.
Winky Wankers was, I just want to hold this up for you. Trump lost. The vaccines work. You are in a cult. And that's what it comes out. I'm not going to read the whole thing.
Trump didn't lose.
The vaccines didn't work.
Oh, unless they mean the second term. Sorry, I'm thinking about now. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, okay. He lost the second one, but he won 2 out of 3, John.
No, he's talking about this one.
Is he?
Obviously, he's talking about this one.
Then that's fucking retarded.
I am in a cult because I think Trump won and the vaccines didn't work.
he won the popular vote and everything. Look, man, I'm the vaccine. I'm a generic. I don't even know how to say what I feel about the vaccines. I don't know why everyone was so anti-vax, but it did not work the way we were told it was supposed to work. Yes, there is some evidence it may have lessened the odds of you dying, but I got COVID really bad before it was even like a major thing, before the vax was out, and then I got it really bad after I got the vax. So I already had it and the vaccine, and I still got another bad case, and I ended up with a third case. I never got boosters or anything, but I ended up with a third case even after that, which wasn't nearly as bad, but still. So, yeah. And when I started having heart issues and someone else in my family maybe did, I started being, I'm not going to lie, I'm like, shit. Were they,
A little bit worried that maybe you shouldn't have taken the vax.
Well, like I was trying to, when two people in the same family house all of a sudden in the same month got news, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like seemingly out of nowhere. So it had me, it had me thinking, and I'm not, it doesn't seem like that has anything to do with it, especially with some of the diagnosis I got and some of the stuff eliminated on the other person. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it crossed my mind for a second.
Yeah, there's still that. There's still going to be that thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, fuck, was I wrong?
Because he does disparage somebody here, but thanks for the tenor. Hey, is international law real? Who enforces international law? Oh, he has a lot of cute toys behind him. 3 more years and 8 more of Vance. So, Brian, does JD Vance have a chance?
Well, right now, JD Vance is being prepped on the sideline. He's like a short reliever in the bullpen, warming up in case something happens. There's a poll out today, I believe it's the Independent, and who are showing that JD Vance, guess who's catching up with him in the polls for 2028, and that would be Donald Trump Jr.
Oh, no.
So
no.
We might see a WWE smackdown between JD Vance and Donald.
Yeah, the latest poly market has JD Vance at 58% to if he runs for president, with the 58%. The next runner up at 33% is Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, this shows John doesn't know anything, because I don't like Vance at all, but he's very popular in the Republican Party in MAGA, and he's not Trump, so there may be some independents that don't like Trump that may, you know what I mean? So, and he's the vice president, so yes, he has.
And I don't think Don Jr. is going to run.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't even think Don Jr. has much of a chance. He doesn't have his father's whatever. I don't like Trump, but whatever it is that people like, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have.
That's very true. He looks very sleazy.
Yeah. So I think even someone like MAGA would be like, no, I'm not interested.
Whereas Vance, Vance is very popular and everybody likes him a lot.
So like John, that's just show. Like I said, he's definitely got at least to be the front runner for the Republican nomination.
Oh, absolutely.
At the very least,
if he runs,
right?
I hope he runs.
I assume he will, but yeah.
Trump Jr., Marco Rubio. Well, Marco, I want to get to the midterms first, but then there's Marco Rubio, who's also an outlier, but he's only 54, so he could bide his time and go, if not in 2028, 2032.
Marco Rubio is going to be in some trouble. Marco Rubio is going to be one of the ones in this administration that's going to be investigated.
Well, I think there's I often look at this administration kind of like Animal House. Dean Vernon Wormer is President Trump.
Here we go.
Pete Hegseth is definitely Doug Niedermeyer. JD Vance is Greg Marmalard. He's got a little problem. I mean, come on, Doug Niedermeyer. I could definitely see JD Vance with a carrot in his mouth kissing a horse. Not a problem.
Can't get to a show on real world politics without bringing in a fictional show.
It's like John kept going, Vince is Rupert Pumpkin, or whatever the fuck he keeps saying in that movie. I haven't seen in a million years.
Caroline Levitt is, who was that? Babs, the one who wanted to, and all the Democrats remind me of Flounder, except maybe I will go with, I do.
No, I would say Gavin Newsom's more a Hoover or Otter.
Yeah, that's Howard Otter. I like Mark.
Why does John like Gavin Newsom?
I don't know.
What does he want to?
Because he's an idiot. Because he's
one of the worst.
He's been told that he's good. Yeah, well, John's been told that he's doing good. But I mean, he literally lived in California,
I think because Gavin, he seems to attack Trump more than the others,
Yeah,
or more than the
they'll
average.
go into that. Yeah, a little bit after this. He's like, he's the only one that's really going after Trump. It's like, well, no, he's just
I don't care. I
just
care about
copying righty memes.
they people they fuck brain work. They care about the wrong shit. Like that's just acting. That's just political theater. That doesn't help with the cost of living. It doesn't help with utility bills. Doesn't help with the cost of food. Doesn't help with wages. Doesn't help with fucking healthcare. It doesn't help with none of that. Oh, he's fighting against them. He's not even fucking in Congress or the Senate. You can't even fight against him. He's a fucking
Governor.
Governor of California. California.
Kelly is John Blutarski. At least he's standing up to him. At least he's out there going, "Hey, did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Forget it. He's rolling.
He's on a roll.
He's pushing back." Those right now in Congress and the Senate, the Democrats. I wish, Richard, God bless you. I hope you win, just because I want to see somebody with some damn backbone push against them on a daily basis.
Darius, what if they shoot first? Army Major.
If you're shot,
I'll have her on soon again, Oscar.
You can
have every right
we're
to
definitely
defend
not going to
yourself.
make it through this whole thing tonight.
And that's
There's
a
no way.
different. But you don't go in.
It'll be a two-parter.
Sorry, we're shooting missiles at them from long range. Nobody's shooting first but us. That's what can I say?
This is the cult member. Winky Wankus Wizard. Thanks for the fiber. Who voted to keep the government open? Who voted to close it to win an election? You were literally brain damaged. Why is the government always closed under Trump?
Well, wait a minute. I just want to go to the comment literally. Like, is that cat litter? I mean, they spelt it wrong, but that's.
So, I kind of disagree. Like, I think Trump deserves some blame for the government shutting down. But I actually do agree that it does appear that the Dems did it. Like, they folded right after the midterms. Like, that's too coincidental for me. That, I mean, that they scored some big wins on the or not the midterms, whatever the fuck just happened.
Yeah, the special elections.
Yeah, special elections. Yeah. They scored some big wins on those special elections and then folded right afterwards. So it's hard to argue against that part of it. This cult member that John says.
Just me.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, when you call somebody brain damaged gods and you can't spell everything. Yeah. Right.
But really, I mean, Trump has sunk so low. And what do you think about the 50-year mortgage loan?
That's a great idea.
This is the Gilded Age, folks. I mean, take a look. One of the underreported stories this week, of course, is that they want to get rid of all the protection for senior members of in federal government, all the protection that's available to them as whistleblowers. They want to replace. A reminder: it was a history lesson. James A. Garfield was shot and killed by a partisan who wanted to be placed, thought he was going to be placed in government. Because of that, we had the Pendleton Act passed by Republicans during the Gilded Age to make sure that it wasn't just the spoil system, that people that got jobs could hold on to them and were not beholden to any party. So that's why we have the Pendleton Act. We had to have reform at the beginning of the 20th century because of the fact of the Gilded Age. All the rich people run.
You think John's understanding any of this? Taking any of this?
No. I don't even understand why he's brought it up.
No, me neither. Like, what are you getting?
Running the
I mean, I understand
Remember
why he's brought it up.
Gatsby.
Is because he's trying to say that we're like America's in the sort of the same way that before the last century, the robber barons and all that sort of crazy shit. But then he's he in typical Brian Karem fashion turns around and says, "Oh wait, so we put in protections against all this."
Okay,
but it's still happening. I don't.
Remember all of this, and who was it that had a great Gatsby party? Oh, that would be Donald Trump. Remember the Gilded Age, all the rich people running it. Who are the oligarchs who are running things today? Oh, that's Donald Trump. So we're back where we were in the Gilded Age, and you've got to have. We don't have trust busting anymore. That was Teddy Roosevelt. We don't bust up monopolies.
Yeah,
all I can tell you is that for every fact that Donald Trump presents, there is a reality that he doesn't. And all of his facts are made up, and all of it is about supporting him, the oligarchs, and the rest of us are screwed.
And this guy's obviously a fucking Trump bootlicker, but Winky Wank is words. Thanks for the $2. Now, he says that the CNN poll, can I just show him the CNN poll, guys, for a second? New CNN poll. President Trump's approval rating fall to 37%, lowest of second term. There you go, dickhead. So keep it up.
Yeah, it's not the Republicans, dude. Like he's. Ugh. I
That's
don't even know what to say. Like
kind of reading is hard.
he uses
reading-
sorry, Matt, he uses forks. Well, there was an episode he used 2 forks for a comb. He went to a hotel, forgot his comb, and used 2 forks. Yeah, that's what he's got. Yeah, dude, you can't. How did not one? There's 3 of you. Not one of you picked up that he said Republican. Not one of
And
you.
one of them is the famous and well-regarded journalist Brian Karem.
Yeah, didn't even pick up something. My brain is fried right now on this. Well, not fried.
And you were
foggy,
able to pick up
and
on
I
that.
picked it up. Yeah.
Let me also,
nonsense.
let me jump in here also, because once again, these are the people that think that Donald Trump gives a shit when Donald Trump doesn't. One of the first things he did in this second term was he literally killed the capability for coal miners to be able to file for black lung benefits. Okay,
I didn't look
so
this
you
up,
tell
but I
me
expect
a
that it's
state
not
like
correct.
West Virginia that went for Donald Trump more than any other state. You tell me how much love does Donald Trump have for the coal miners when he literally kills their capability to be able to file for black lung? Who do you think that benefits? Does that benefit the coal miners that love Donald Trump, or does that benefit the coal operators that are the ones that have to pay these black lung benefits? So when you start talking about Donald Trump loves people, you friggin' are not paying attention with what's really going on. Donald Trump loves that he has your dumbass duped enough to believe that he's the second coming of Christ, but behind the scenes, he has no love for you whatsoever. While people were going without snap.
Who is he arguing against? Who said any of this?
Nothing. The guy brought up a poll that they misunderstood. Yeah, this guy right here. Yeah.
Yeah, the weakest wizard.
Yeah.
Goes at him throughout the whole show, and keeps sending them super chats and really tries to ask them actual questions and give them actual information, and they're not having it. But yeah, who is Richard arguing with? Once again, he's making an argument about something that's it only exists in his head. Nobody's like weakest wizard. Like literally, I believe throughout the whole thing, never says anything about being a Trump supporter.
Yeah, they got the talking points in their head that they just want to get out. Like again, I actually agree that I don't think Trump cares about fucking working class people, but to defend Winkus Wizard, he never said that he thought Trump did. He brought up the approval rating in the Republican Party. Now he's about to bring up groceries. He didn't bring up black lung. He didn't bring up caring about workers. So this is I feel because I was on the other end of this with these guys sometimes with some of my fucking super chats. Where it's like, you're a Trump balloon, go start a union, go do this. That's like, dude, what the fuck off? You don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. Like
I'm just saying, hey, that thing you said, that was wrong. That doesn't make me a Trump supporter.
No, and it doesn't. You have no idea what I'm doing in real life or what I do for this or that. Like you don't know this person either. You're assuming things.
Benefits and not able to put food on the table, he throws a friggin' Gatsby party that has young girls in shot glasses spinning around. Because why? Because Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about you. He wants to build a $300 million ballroom. Because why? Because he don't give a shit about you. And if you think anybody out there that struggles with making the ends meet, you will never ever be invited to any of those parties in that ballroom.
It is just amazing. These people
shit.
don't seem to give a shit. Like, who needed that ballroom? Anyway, Brian, what the fuck?
Let's talk about that ballroom, shall we? Probably one of the most miserable.
All right, here we go. Real quick. I think we briefly covered the ballroom once.
Yeah.
If a president was doing what I wanted them to do, I wouldn't give a fuck if they built a ballroom. Like, oh, dude, yeah, you increased my wages. You made my utilities lower, my rent lower, and my cost of living better. But you built a ballroom. Like, pick your battles, man. Pick your fucking battles. I'm not saying I actually don't really have an opinion on it. I don't care. I assume presidents waste fucking money on I know Obama had a basketball court built, I think. Someone else had a fucking bowling alley built. Trump's having a ballroom built.
There's been a pool. There used to be gardens, greenhouses that I think Andrew Jackson put in. Those were removed by one president. Completely gutted the entire White House and redid the entire interior. There's a history of presidents adding on to and improving and doing things with the
Yeah,
with the White House, and then they're gonna, and then I think I forget who it was, either Richard or Brian are going to move on, and they're going to say how it was done illegally and it's not being done correctly. You have to get permission by the was it the oh man, I had it, but there's a government organization, the parks, not the parks, the ones that take care of the government land. What is that? Anyway,
Parks and Recreation. I don't know. Well,
no, there's a federal government department that takes care of those things, and you have to actually get permission to be able to add on to the White House. So no, it's not being done illegally, but they're going to say it is.
yeah,
No, not BLM. It's okay. I'll
we'll figure it out. I'll set this back up. I'm sure we can find it.
Propositions ever made. It's twice the size of the White House. His proposed, and it cannot be built under current standards. It can't be built with the 300. First, it was 200, then it was 250, then it was 350 million. It would probably cost more. The override. Donald Trump's goal is to build that as a fucking monument to himself. He doesn't want to leave the White House until he dies, and then he can lie in state in the new ballroom and charge $1,000 a head for us to go and mourn in front of his coffin so his kids can get more money. The fact of the matter is that was as far as I'm concerned, even according to the federal government, it was illegally done without permission. He doesn't have the authority, although he's taken the authority. And that's because in many cases, the judicial system has failed us. And in many cases, Congress has failed us. The House went out of session for how long? They
National Park Service.
They didn't do any work. They weren't there. Under Michael Johnson and Donald Trump didn't care. So Donald Trump did a lot of this while government was shut down. And to tear down the East Wing of the White House, I have a lot of questions. First of which is, what happened to everything that was in the East Wing? All that history. Where is it now? Because I do know, and I was on.
They obviously just threw it away, Brian.
Does Brian know what was in it?
It's a National Park Service, Matt, not Bureau of Land Management. I believe BLM is a state level, and National Park Service is the national level. But yeah, needs permission by the National Park Service in order to do upgrades and stuff like that. But yeah. I mean, dude, it was just a bunch of stuff in the East Wing, so they probably just took it home or threw it away or what. What the fuck is Brian saying? They wrapped it up and stored it somewhere.
I
would assume.
I don't think this shit's like holier than now. The White House has been like redone, like you said, a bunch of times. It's like
the British did a real good remodel of it in 1812.
Right. Maybe you remember that one, Brian.
With my own eyes, so don't anyone tell me that I'm making this up, because I wasn't the only one that witnessed it, and there are photographs and video of it. The members of the Donald Trump administration, after the first Donald Trump administration came to an end, walked out like a train of ants with sculptures, pictures, paintings, couches, sofas, carpets, underwear, napkins, all of them belonging to the White House, all walking out with it, keeping it for themselves. So 20 years from now on eBay, we'll probably see something advertised that you could buy that was part of the East Wing.
A Lincoln bust.
Yeah, to me, that was just destruction of history.
Did he say that was the first Trump after the first Trump administration? So after the first Trump administration, they took everything out from the East Wing. They took it all.
I think he's just saying they stole a bunch of shit the first time, so he thinks they're stealing the shit from the East Wing that they remodeled or whatever he's saying. I don't know. It's
retarded,
very retarded. It's I doubt. I don't know. I don't even remember this part. Like, I doubt that extremely valuable shit was taken by like secretaries and shit like that and just allowed. But
isn't Donald Trump replaced the desk?
No, the Resolute desk is. Here's what happened. They took. This is even funnier than there was the story that somehow it's now at Mar-a-Lago. But what really happened?
Yeah, after this story,
we can wrap hilarious. The Resolute desk, you seem to be traditional desk used by the president, and you can go into history of it, why it's important, whatever. But the Resolute desk was taken out of the White House out of the Oval Office for a period of about a month and a half to be refinished and
You love
refurbished
this
because
story.
Elon Musk's kid sneezed on it, wiped his snotty nose on it, and Donald Trump is such a germaphobe. He get the desk out of here, do something with it, and they had to clean it and bring it.
6 weeks to clean snot. Jesus.
The reality is so much funnier than the fiction.
That is
Did we just
100%
lose it?
fiction. All right, we can pause it here.
John
after
doesn't
that.
even.
I
John
figured
doesn't
you'd
even
love
clean
that great
snot.
story.
Yeah, oh my god. What's
Did
wrong
you,
with
what do you think that's the reason why the Resolute desk was sent out to be refurbished? It's an old desk. For those who don't know, made from the timbers of the ship, the Resolute, which was used to stop slavery. Which is it was a pirate vessel. Well, pirate. What do they call it? Not a pirate, but when you're a pirate, but you work for a government, privateer. That's what. But anyway, yeah, they. It was one of the that and their sister ship. They're actually captained by let's see, who was that? It was a relative. I forgot who it was. It was one of the, it was a relative. But anyway, yeah, they stopped the slave trade from East Africa. So anyway, yeah. For those who don't know,
Yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't even know what private pirates. I mean, sorry, non-private government pirates were called.
yeah, if you're a pirate but you work for a government, which means that you only pirate other countries' ships.
Yep.
It's like I believe it's privateer is what you're called. Like you're still a pirate, you just don't pirate the ships from the one country.
Gotcha.
That pays you to not do that.
All right. Well, thank you for the video, Cryptid. If we I don't know, we'll either finish it during the week if you're available, or if we got nothing next Sunday, that could be our show. We could finish the second half.
I'd say let's plan for next Sunday just in case, because I'd hate to use this all up and then have nothing next Sunday.
We could. It's that there was that time we had the Karem video we just kept until we needed it. We could do the same with the second half of this. We'll just if we need it next week, we'll use it. Let's see, 37:17. That's what
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't even look up if that story was real because I just assumed that if it got sent out to be refurbished, he probably had some gold leaf inlays thrown in it or something, knowing Trump.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not that it's still not a huge deal to me, but if you're gonna complain about something he's doing to the White House, how about all that gaudy gold? That's worse than building a ballroom.
Yeah, no shit. That looks terrible.
Terrible. And I assume depending who's gonna win next election, but I assume the next Democrat in office is probably gonna get rid of that shit. So it's gonna be
JD Vance. I'm assuming the next president.
I was gonna
regardless.
say, yeah, it could be. JD might quietly get rid of that fucking
because it just looks terrible. Once again, I say this every time this subject comes up. What's with old wealthy guys and marble and gold?
Yeah, they fucking love gold, dude.
And marble. Sorry, I had to cough. Everything's got to be marble and gold. I don't fucking get it. It looks awful.
Oh man. Oh, I forgot to say.
I get it because it makes it look expensive. It's marble and gold. It's expensive, and I can afford this. It's like, no, yeah, but it looks like shit.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I actually don't mind some marble. I think marble can look good, but gold and I don't know, and too much marble is just too much.
And it's the too much. Yeah, I guess I should say it's too much marble. Like I was watching this show about super expensive houses, for the wealthy, and there's one where it's just literally the walls, the ceiling, the floor, everything was that white, statuary grade marble, with the black veins through it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing, marble, polished marble, and I'm just going, man, if I had the money to buy this, I still wouldn't. It's like this looks terrible.
Oh man. All right, Cryptid. Tell the people where they can find you, sir. Do your plugs.
You can find me at my channel down in the description, Liquid Cryptid, where you can get all your latest John videos. Yes, the merch video is up. It went up during this show. I was waiting for it to render, so I put it up. It's on my Odyssey channel. I use the Odyssey channel because John gave me 2 copyright strikes on YouTube. So I put everything on Odyssey, but if you subscribe and you keep an eye on my posts, on my community posts. I put up the links there, and I'll often have what I call a highlight video with the link in the description there. That's the very purpose of the highlight video. And yes, I've almost got the merch part clipped out. I've got a show to do, so I'm focusing on this. But I'm clipping the merch part. There'll be the merch part of tonight's Stuttering John show will be up probably within the next hour or two.
I meant to ask you, do you know for a fact it was John that struck you? I mean, it probably was, but
It says John Melendez, and it's got his email address, Mr. Fister.
Oh, Mr. Fist. Okay, yeah, that was him.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Jesus. Got to blame Carl on that. Carl put him on your rate and put John put you on John's radar.
It was absolutely expected, and I milked it for what I could, and I got some subs out of it. So hey,
I will say I did find it. I think I brought this up to you. So I think there was a time where Adam Bush, a couple of times Adam Bush like sniped this. I think 2 different times, clipped this show. I remember like Carl mispronounced your name, but now he's got it right, so he got you struck with it. It's like, oh, you couldn't have fucking pronounced it right wrong before. Reversed it.
Hey, I'm fine with it. There were plans in place. I will do a stream. I've been meaning to do a stream to talk about it, but Thanksgiving and all sorts of stuff came around. So I'm targeting Tuesday in the afternoon, probably around 3 or 4, doing a stream and maybe talking about it. So
there you go. And yeah, as soon as I hadn't streamed since last Sunday, last show. I made some quick videos, but that's about it. But yeah, thank you guys. As soon as I get this medication settled, not that you guys will care, but I'll start streaming more often again. I'll try my best. But I've just been, especially later in the day, I just not been.
Yeah, about a half an hour ago, I was about to say, maybe we should wrap this. And then a couple of things came up. And then, yeah, about 15, 20 minutes ago, I was like, yeah, Nick's fading.
Dude, I had a couple, like I was getting tired, but I also had a couple of moments where I'm not saying my brain wasn't working. It's like my train of thought was just like, it was too foggy headed. Like I forgot what I was even like talking about. And I'm just like, let me just say a couple yeah.
If anybody around here gets what you're going through, it's definitely me. I've been there. So
yeah, I'll call him tomorrow, figure out what this dose is going to be, and we'll stick to the one fucking dose. And
hopefully
I'll get used to it sooner. And what sucks is I was starting to get used to it, but then they changed it on me. And then I changed it on myself because they didn't give me enough. Anyway, yeah, I went through the whole thing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll be back next week, roughly 9 p.m. Next Sunday, and yeah, next Saturday I will be on with the Pineapple at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Between Two Hacks. And if I feel up to it, I don't know, maybe I'll do, I haven't done, I will try my best in a while. Maybe I'll try and do one this week, depending how I feel. But anyway, we'll definitely be back next
I'll
week.
try my best. Is your best spot for Jake Hudson news lately?
Yeah. Jake actually showed up in the Pineapple stream yesterday. It wasn't my show, it was Rochi's. And I had just gotten home from landscaping and I'm going to go in the shower, so I'm listening, and all of a sudden Jake mentioned Pineapple the other day on his stream and something about money, and so I asked Eck, I'm like, what did you say to him? Because Jake's always like obsessed with who makes what, and when he found out Eckel like paid me, like, Jake, I don't make shit from it. Like, relax. But he tries to say like we make money off of him. I'm like, Eckel doesn't talk about you on the show. We don't make any money off you. But he brought it up the other day. So yeah, I asked Eckel, I'm like, what did you say to him? Like it was in like somebody's chat. I think it was Dave Sarah's chat. And he's like, he was complaining something about like me talking about me paying you or whatever. And so I told him I was paying you double for the videos you were making on him. So I don't know if Jake believed him. He's like, I was paying him twice that much for the videos he makes on you. And so he shows up.
Pineapple, man.
Yeah. So he shows up in Eckel's chat and he's like, hey, Luke. Hi, Luke. Just kept saying his name. He goes, you never should have told me your name was Luke. And
I
he's like,
think
"Oh."
we all everybody kind of figured
everybody
that out
knows
real
Jake.
quickly,
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah, and so he acts like he's got some dirt. It's like everyone knows he's Luke, and
Well, yeah,
so
that's Eckel. Yeah, that's Eckel is Luke backwards. I
Yeah.
mean, we all sort of figured that out real quick.
so then I was like, good to see you, Ellis. You know, just whatever
Yeah.
with him or whatever, and he kept saying other shit, and he's like, "Oh geez, block." So then Eccles like I don't know, he blocked Jake just to fuck with him. Whatever, it was funny. Again, my brain's fried, so I'm not explaining it well, but go check out Eckel and you'll see it. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you,
Have a great
Cryptid,
night,
for joining
everybody.
me. Peace.
Stuff, mumbling, pineapple stuff, dabbling, controversial stuff. Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here. NICK mumbling is right here. People in the house, put them hands in the air. Cause if you don't vote, then we don't care. 1, 2, 3 times 2 to the 6. Jonesing for your fix of that devil politics mix. So where the fudge you at, punk? Shut the fudge up and back the front up while we fudge this track up. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna duck now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 You wanna mess with dabbling in politics? You can't mess with dabbling in politics. Listen, we debate it on every week Saturday night, and the YouTube thing right here. Yo, we're doing it all the time, so you better get some better views and get saved up on your dime. So we got the gang set, so don't complain yet. 24/7, never begging for a rain check. Old school dabble is blasting out the political shit. The back and forth shit, put bounce in the dabble pit. On your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up, on your flags up. Retort in, now retort out. Hands up now, hands down. Back up, tell me what you're gonna duck now. Republicans in now, Democrats out. Guns up now, hands down. Working like a back up, tell me what you're gonna vote now. Dabbling, 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 dabbling. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. Come on. Keep dabbling, 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 dabbling. 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 Hey ladies, where you at? Hey fellas, where you at? And the dabblers that don't give a fuck.